Okay, so I am going to section this out the best I can. I'm going to do my best. So, first off, my overall experience in Rio was really, really good. It is completely different than where I live in Texas. It is not even close to the same. It is insane. Like, for example, I was gonna rent a car. There's no way that I'm driving to Rio. There's no freaking way. It's nuts compared to how everything goes in Texas or where I drive in around the DFW area. And that's not to say the drivers are nuts. It's just the driving situation, how it works is like just completely different. And I didn't see a single wreck. So, I'm definitely not saying that it's bad. It's just totally different. That was way different. I was able to just walk down the street and buy all the local produce. It was really cool. It was awesome, which, oh my gosh, the fruits there are amazing. Every type of fruit I tried, so good. It is so good. It is insane. Of course, acai is amazing. I miss it so much. We tried to make it at home and it was terrible. We're gonna get a better recipe for sure. We'll get it down. It'll be okay, but it will never be like it is in Rio, for sure. That is amazing. Like I said, their fruit is amazing. You walk a few minutes down the road and there's a market for you to get your stuff from. Not the same here. Everything was different. It was awesome. It was crazy. The scenery, the geography of Rio is mind-blowing. It is amazing. Anywhere you look, there's mountains, there's nature, it's the coolest thing ever. It is so cool. I was blown away. If you looked at the thumbnail, the view, we were on top of a favela. I can't remember the bar that we were at. Shout out to Luana and Brian for taking us up there. Y'all are great. Thank you for showing us that spot. We took pictures and I was blown away. Just looking at the ocean, the mountains, all that. It was insane. It was so cool. We did not even go to the beach. We didn't make it to the beach. And don't get upset because we were going to go to all these things. We didn't go to the Christ. I know, right? How do you go to Rio and not go to Christ? I know. We went down there to work and get shit done. Okay, that's why we went down there. We didn't go down there to be tourists. That's the next time. Next time we go to Rio, we're going to go be tourists a little bit. So we'll go and do all those things. That's okay. But yeah, we went there to work, and that's what we did, and that's what happened. My overall impression and general time in Rio was awesome. It was amazing. And I met so many people, so many amazing people at DNA. I met so many amazing people at the hostel that we stayed at Graja Hostel in Grajaú. It was amazing. The whole family there that owns it and runs it, they are amazing. They're all amazing people. Amazing. There's too many names of the people that I met that just have left an impression on me and ultimately made me a better person. A person for sure. I really believe that meeting awesome people and really can really open your mind a little bit, and you can learn from them and become a better version of you. The biggest problem, the biggest issue I face is communication, without a doubt. And I studied Portuguese for 3 months leading up to it, but the biggest issue is that there's so many different dialects that it made it very difficult. I will say that it made it very, very difficult. Not only to understand, but to also speak and have them understand me. So, and I know my Portuguese is not fantastic, but, I learned more of a Sao Paulo accent and learned to listen towards that. And in Rio, it is not like that. It is not like that at all. Not even a little bit. Not even just a smidge. So it was very hard. It is a completely different language. It's not like Texas, like a Texas drawl to New York, that type of change. It's not like that. It's like United States to the UK. It's completely different. It's still English, but it's totally different, right? So that was very tough. Luckily, we had some awesome people. Again, amazing people around us that spoke really good English. I did not expect that at all. It was really good. And we were able to learn from each other. And again, amazing people. I could sit here and speak 45 minutes about how amazing all the people were individually, going over each individual one from DNA and from Graja Hostel. I could do it, okay? I really could, but I don't want to make this video 45 minutes, so I will not do that. You know who you are, all of you, seriously. So I won't spend so much time on that. But, you know, as far as my overall impression of that, amazing. But I definitely will say, if you want to go to Brazil and live for 2 months, start learning Portuguese very early and find a speaking partner that lives in Rio that has a Rio de Janeiro accent, okay? Do yourself a favor. That way you are used to hearing it, listening to it, and responding back in that, at least that Thai accent, so that they can understand you as well. And it's not so broken when you're speaking. Moving on to the training, which I do have some questions I'm going to answer that I had some questions on my story a few days ago, or about a week ago or so. That I will answer at the end of this, so no worries, I will get to those. But as far as the training overall, I did not even expect to be trained. I just expected to vibe out in the corner and do my own thing and like lift my weights in the corner and just observe Christine doing everything, which would have been fine with me. That's what I was expecting. It would have been an amazing experience for me just doing that. It would have been so cool. But Carol had something else in mind. She didn't let me just sit in the corner and vibe out, unfortunately. Fortunately for me, she didn't. It was very cool training with Carol Vaz. You know, the Carol Vaz. And she would be mad at me for saying this, but I know everyone thinks she's so hard, but she's really not, okay? She's a softie on the inside. I don't care. I don't care. She's gonna hurt me so bad. She's gonna jump up, smack me across the face next time I see her, but that's okay. She will always be a fofinha to me, okay? Period. No. She is as hardcore as she looks on Instagram. She's as hardcore as you think, and in your nightmares that you see her, or your dreams, either way. She is the Carol Vaz you see, and I know a lot of people on the internet are like, oh, it's just for Instagram, you know, these people yelling and stuff. No. Don't get it twisted. There are more people yelling and grunting and giving most of their life's intensity in there off of the camera than there is on the camera. So do not just think to yourself, oh yeah, you know, it looks good for Instagram. No. There's more off the camera than there is on. And it is like that every single day. And you know what happens whenever someone's going through a hard set? People cheer them on. People root them on to keep doing their best. That is the environment in DNA. There is no other gym like it, period. And I'm saying that, no, I have not been to every gym in the world. Of course I haven't, not even close, not even a smidge. But there is only one Carol Vaz, and there is only one DNA, and there is only one culture. And when I say culture, I mean the aura, the mindset, the embodiment of that within that place. Okay, everyone in there, everyone who works out there, everyone who takes a class there, everyone who's ever stepped foot in there, they understand this. You feel it when you walk in. That place is a place that you go to give your all. And even if you're not feeling your best that day, the other people around in that place will give you energy to be able to give your all and give your best that day. That is the culture surrounding that place. Just as a general synopsis of DNA, it is an amazing place. It is insane. Amazing. And I'll talk more about Carol in just a little bit. But my schedule for working out, which was a little bit different from Christine's, is we would train 6 days a week in the morning. 2 days of those, we would come back and do an upper body circuit class, 30 minutes with Carol. 3 of those, I think three, yes. I believe 3 other days, we would come back and we do upper body class and cardio, excuse me. And then the other 3 days, we would come back and just do cardio. And she would train hamstrings. I would do cardio the whole time. I was Carol's cardio buddy. It was fun. We would do basically an hour and a half of HIIT. So we do jump, and then we do spin, and then we do rush. Yeah, an hour and a half. And there's no such thing as low intensity with Carol. There's no such thing. So everything is high intensity. So an hour and a half of HIIT. And I know. It was kind of crazy. It was amazing. I actually loved it because I love pushing my body in that fashion. It was really cool. I really enjoyed it. But the problem is that, especially when I am with a person or a coach like Carol, I like to push myself beyond what I really should anyways. So what I've had to work on the last couple of years is going 90% for myself and not pushing myself so hard. That way, I'm not hurting the next morning and I can actually wake up and feel good and things like that, just so that I can be good. Because I put my body through a lot of stress over the last 25 years. And Carol being matched up, me and her, is not good for me because, it is good for me, but it's not good at the same time because I am going to try even more. I'm going to push myself even more for Carol because she is the type of person that you want to push yourself for, that you want to give your absolute best for. And that is an amazing quality, and it's a lot to do with just how she is as a person. Again, I'm going to get into that just a second, just a little bit. But yes, that was my schedule, is basically how that went. And it was really cool. I did not think I would be included at all, really. I thought I'd just kind of be, in the background, but no. 3 weeks in, I had to slow down because my back was starting to give me a little bit of an issue. I was doing too much. I was pushing myself too hard. And I have a L5 disc protrusion that I've been rehabbing for the last couple of years, actually. And I've got it to a really good place. And without getting too far into it, I'm not going back to being in pain every day. I will not do it no matter what. Even if I had to stop working out for the rest of my life, it's not worth being in pain every single day and not being able to just enjoy going outside and sitting down with my wife and having a cup of tea. If I can't even do that, what's the point of even being able to work out? So I'm not doing that. So I had to slow down. I had to pump my brakes a little bit. And then I started taking things a little bit slower the rest of the time we were there. But up to that point, I was basically training like Christine was. It was nuts. I was even doing more cardio than her. Like, what's with that? What's with that? Carol was, she was tough on me, okay? And it was awesome. But yeah, so that's kind of how that was with training. Now, getting into some of these questions. Have I learned anything new about training or fitness that you will implement on yourself and or my clients? Of course. How can you go to the DNA, train with the Carol Vaz, the mother of dragons, aka born from fire? How can you go there and not learn something? Okay, if you do that and you go and you train with her and you don't learn a thing, you are a fool. But the biggest thing that I can tell you is that fundamentally, it doesn't matter what exercise you're doing. It doesn't matter even if you're not training, if you're just doing cardio, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You must do it with intensity. You do it with intensity. That is everything. Because let's say, for example, you do exactly the same exercises that they did or that we did in Rio when we trained with Carol. You're doing the exact same thing, but you have 50% of the intensity. Guess what? It's not going to matter what you're doing. You're just moving around at that point. You're not challenging your body. You're not challenging your muscles. You're not going to make them grow. You're just making them move, which is good. That's good for your body. You're human. You're supposed to move. It's proper. But you're not going to get anything out of it in terms of growing, changing, body adapting. It's not going to happen. So it doesn't matter what you're doing there. You're going to be doing it with intensity. And that is the biggest thing, the biggest takeaway that I can tell you while you're watching this is do it with intensity. You have 10 minutes of cardio left, and you are like, oh yeah, I'm just going to breeze through it. I got tons of energy left. Well, you're doing it wrong. Unless, I will say, unless you're just doing your cardio because it's more of a mental clarity type of a thing where you're just mentally relaxing and you need this for your health, health, it's good. This is a good thing. Mental health is important. If you're doing it for that purpose, absolutely, then do that. But if you're doing it for the purpose of doing your cardio, getting a good workout in for your cardiovascular system, all of those things, then do it with intensity and make it happen. Make your body adapt and it will change. Okay, there is no surprise why the people, the women, the men that work out at DNA look the way they do. It is because they go in there every day and they train their asses off with an insane amount of intensity. And they root each other on with that. And they push themselves, they push everyone else to be better because everyone is there to do that. Everyone has the same goal. There's an aura in that gym, like I spoke about, that is what you go in there to do, period. So there's no surprise why everyone there looks like, an elite level lifting machine, an athlete. That's why. So do it with intensity. How different was the training from what you were/are used to? I have never weight trained formally with a coach. Ever. Of course, I played sports since I was 5. I played college tennis. So I'm, until I was 22. So I have had coaches my whole life, and I'm very used to working with coaches. Never weight training though, specifically in that light. So it was a new experience to me, which was really cool. And what a way to do it, right? I'm never going to train with anyone else. It's just going to be Carol Vaz, period. That's it. I went to the top. I'm only going to train with Carol Vaz now, period. No, but seriously, yes, it was different. It was different. And typically, I like to train very much like that when I am trying to grow, which for me, right at this point in my life, right now with my goals, that's not so much of what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to regain a lot of my mobility and functional movement back. So that's not so much of my goal, but me going from what I was doing at that point to going to training with Carol Vaz, yes, it was different. And it was very welcomed, and it was very, very intense, period. That's really the biggest thing that I could say. It is intense, and I can't do a lot of things because of my back, or I will not risk it, for myself, because I know what things flare my back up and what bothers it and things like that. So I won't do a lot of things. The one thing, again, always intensity. So yes, having someone there to tell you, hey, no, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, you're going to do this. And then actually being there for that final set, she almost every single exercise, she's there for that one set that just destroys you. Okay. Destroys. And having that there is very different. It was really cool. Again, I cannot speak highly enough about it. I could speak for an hour about it, but I'm trying not to. I'm trying to keep this as short as possible so it's nice and condensed, but it's going to be hard because I'm a talker. But yes, it definitely was different. Do I intend, I love this question, to go back and challenge Carol in her shoulder training with 5 kg dumbbells? Carol doesn't want to admit it, okay? But I did her shoulder training with 6 kg dumbbells. And she might comment on this video and tell me I'm a liar. No, it was really funny. I'll tell you the story real quick. So I always used 4 kilogram dumbbells in her shoulder training class. It was freaking rough, okay? You don't know how it is until you go and do it. It's horrible, especially after doing 15 minutes of hill sprints and running for 15 minutes uphill and doing all kinds of stuff. I'm spent. Like when I sprint, I am everything out there. And everyone in that class, including Gustavo and Carol, will tell you I put everything in my sprinting. I'm nuts at hill sprinting, okay? I was bred to do hill sprints. No, okay, here we go. We're back on the serious train. But Carol will say it. She will. After doing that, I'm dead. I'm dead. I can't do anything else. So I grabbed the 4-kilogram dumbbells. I grabbed the 4 kilos. And she always told me that she was disappointed. She wanted me to grab 5s. So one time, I didn't do sprints before, and I came in there. I grabbed the dumbbells that said 6 on them. I did her class, and I said, I did it with 6 kilos. She goes and picks it up, and she says, no, it's 5. I actually cried a little inside. I felt like I'd really done something to impress her. It's unfortunate. And they probably really were 5 kilograms. They felt pretty close to 5-kilogram dumbbells. With kilos, you can tell a difference. Between like 5 and 6, there's a difference. 5 and 6 pounds, it would be kind of hard to tell a difference. Just like real quick, it'd be kind of hard. But 5 and 6 kilos, you can tell a difference. So I feel like it probably was just 5 kilos. It's just marked wrong. Because there's just a little Sharpie mark. You know, it's not like we came from the factory like stamped or etched in there. It was just a little Sharpie mark. So, yes, of course, next time when I go back, I'm truly getting 6-kilogram dumbbells, and I'm truly doing it. You simply want to ask me, how was the experience training with Carol? I think I already kind of covered that a little bit. Amazing. The experience training with Carol was amazing. Life-changing. I could seriously talk about it forever. I could sit here and ramble on about how amazing it was, how amazing she was, everything like that. And I'm going to get into Carol in just a second. Okay, here we go. This question's a little bit broken, but I will answer the last part. Is how does she motivate people? And I have spoken just a little bit about this already. Is that she is one of those people that you just want to work hard for. And Carol is one of those people that is a rare personality in a coach a lot of times from what I have seen. And I'm sure there's tons of great coaches out there. There are of all sorts and shapes and sizes and sports and areas, fitness, whatever. But I can tell you this is as a player or as the person being coached, when your coach respects you, you respect them a lot more, because lots of times your coaches don't respect you. They think you're dumb, that you don't know what you're doing, all kinds of stuff like that. Okay. So when you have a coach that would do everything that they are asking you to do, you respect them more for it. Okay. And when Carol is giving her classes, when she's training, you know, in the deepest part of your soul, that everything she's asking you to do, she would do it and do more. And you can't help but have respect for someone like that. A deep respect for someone like that. So, not only that, but Carol is also one of the nicest and most caring people I have ever met, for sure. She is so sweet. She is an amazing person, and she is just one of those people that pushes you to be your best and truly, truly cares about you, truly wants you to be your best. And it is someone like that that can really push everyone around her, everyone, to be their best. She has a true passion for what she does, an absolute passion, because everything she does, like even the cardio class and everything, she's doing it at the same time you are. Upper body class, she's doing it at the same thing you are. Doing spin class, she comes around, makes sure everyone's bikes are right, and then she gets up and she does her thing, and she's going hard. Everyone's going hard. She gets done. She goes straight to rush. She's doing it. We're all doing it, you know, and then guess what? And then she's got like 2 or 3 more classes behind that or something. She's doing it all day long. And she goes to sleep. She wakes up 4 or 5 hours later and starts doing it all again. And you cannot do that unless you have an insane passion for what you're doing. And you can tell she loves it. I cannot express how amazing the experience of just being able to meet and get to know Carol and the entire DNA gym and everyone that works there. Again, way too many names to even start naming. All of you are amazing people. I've never felt more welcomed in a place, especially one that was predominantly females. You know, I didn't expect to go there and just like be super welcomed. And it was really cool. It was awesome. It was amazing. And so many cool people. I met so many amazing people. So many. Again, I can make a separate video about that. I'm going to stop. But yes, amazing. Carol is, you know, everything that you see on the internet, they're like, man, I wonder if it's really like that. It's really like that times 10, okay? So it's truly a special place, and I'm forever grateful for having an opportunity to just meet Carol and talk to her, and much less train with her and have the opportunity to do that, which anyone can go train with her. You do not have to be, you know, lucky. You can go and train with her. You live in Brazil, you live in Rio, you live around Grajaú, go train with her. Go train. Go do it. She is like this. It is very cool. She's an amazing person. Just like everyone else that works in that gym too. Again, don't want to get off on names. But I think that about covers my time in Rio. I think if this made you wonder if you have any more questions about my journey, I try to keep this nice and concise. But if you have any more questions, please put them down below. I'm going to answer them. And we'll get to them. But yeah, guys, that is everything for this video. I will see you on the next one. Peace.